What is up, people? It is me, Monster58, and welcome back to another video review. Today we are going to be taking a look at the SH Figuarts Dragon Ball Super Superhero Gohan Beast. And this is a figure I've personally been looking really forward to for a very long time, ever since they revealed it. Like, I think it was just under a year ago. Maybe it was a year. It was around that time frame. But they revealed him relatively soonish after the movie came out, so I'm really excited to finally have this guy in hand. So taking a look at the box here, very similar to how all the superhero boxes have looked so far. Got the nice artwork of Gohan. We obviously have a Son Gohan Beast as well there. Got the nice Dragon Ball logo right there, Dragon Ball Super Superhero, the Toei logo, Tamashi Bandai. Got some more nice product shots here on the side of Gohan. Got some more nice SH Figuarts Gohan, Son Gohan Beast here, and finally your obligatory product shots here of all of his accessories and stuff like that that he gets. So really exciting stuff. Very happy to finally have this guy in hand. And so since we've finished talking about all of the box here and what it entails for us, there's not too much else to talk about. So without further ado, let's get the figure out here and see how he is. So, ladies and gentlemen, here we have the SH Figuarts Dragon Ball Super Superhero Son Gohan Beast, or just Gohan Beast, opened up and out of the box. And I gotta say, this guy looks absolutely fantastic. I think he's pretty much stellar all around. There are a few details with this guy and a few things about this guy that I'm not a big fan of, but I do think that this is I'm already going to tell you and recommend this figure to you guys. So, taking a look at the details here. So, the difference between this figure and the regular Gohan one, which I'm sorry, I cannot compare it to you right now, nor can I show. I'll talk about that in the accessories section as well, but I do not have that Gohan figure on me right now because it is literally at the bottom of a box, and there's only one figure that was at the top of the box that was very easy to get, which is what I'm going to use to compare this guy to today, which doesn't really necessarily make sense in terms of comparison, but it's the best I could give you guys, so I apologize for that. But the major difference between the original just base Gohan figure from Superhero as well as this one is that this is battle damage. Is the idea is battle damage. Now, whether that's the case, I'm not exactly the most convinced that it is battle damage in terms of like making it look really battle damage. Now, he wasn't necessarily battle damage super hard in the movie by that point, but he certainly had scratches and tears in his clothing. So, what they did here, if you take a look, you have some nice clothing tears here. Spit on my camera here, well, it's my phone. You got some here as well. You got some little scruffs. You can sort of see the little scruffs there. Yeah, you can see that. Some more scruffs all around down this way. On the front, you can also see a little bit. There's some details there as well. Right there you can see the little scruff there as well, and then this little hole in the chest, which he did have in the movie. I just think that on the figure, my friend was pointing this out to me. He also got the figure. It looks fake. It looks like that. Like, obviously it does look like how it looked in the film, and I'll show a picture of it on screen right now. But on the figure, it doesn't look right because you can't. It wasn't like this part isn't necessarily on his chest, so you can't see his skin. So it just doesn't look very good in my opinion. Going here to the head though, was my main concern: is how were they going to do the hair, and was it going to be top heavy? But as you can see, you got some really nice like shading that goes from darker gray all the way to this lighter gray, and it's really big. You can see all of the it's huge. There's a lot of hair, but very nice detail. I think the head is done fantastically. And if you look at the face, I do think the face sculpt is very nice, and I love the way that they did the paint on there. And to my knowledge, my copies don't really have, of at least in my faces, don't have any like it's not screwed up or anything like that. So that's very nice. Overall, I do think that this is very nice, but there is one big thing here with this figure that I can already tell you that I personally am not the big fan of. Also, there's a big tear right here. That's also very nice. You can see very nice tear there as well. Shading, there's none. I wish that they could have shaded some of his muscles. I wish they could have shaded some of the like scruffed up parts on his gi here, maybe on his feet, give a little bit of shading. Because I think one figure that really did it well was Cooler. Final Form Cooler did fantastic when it came to all of the shading that he had on him, and it's a real shame that the last few releases that we've gotten in terms of like the ones that I've gotten and that you've seen on the channel, like the Broly one and this one, do not have much shading at all. Including the figure I'm actually going to bring in here to compare Gohan to for just a size comparison. That guy doesn't have any shading either, so it's a real shame. I just wish that Bandai's charging these prices for it. I wish that they would just give us a little bit more detail than they already did. Again, I'm not saying that it's bad. I just wish that it was there, because it would make this figure pretty much almost near perfect. It's not perfect for a couple of other reasons, but we'll get into that later. So, I guess since we've gone over the details, taking a look, I think he looks really good. Let's do a quick comparison. So, I'm gonna set Gohan Beast off to the side here. And here he is next to the SH Figuarts Hit. And I think that these two scale very well together. I think Hit was taller than Goku, and it makes sense because Gohan and Goku are about the same height, and they're both being an adult. So I think this works out. The hair obviously makes Gohan a bit taller because the hair is absolutely insane on this figure. But overall, I do think that this is nice scaling. Again, this is the only figure I had that I can do in comparison to, so I hope you guys can forgive me for that. But at the very least, we do have Hit out here right now to do in comparison. So I think Gohan scales really well. So now that we've gotten all the details and the size comparison out of the way, it's time for the articulation, and this is where this figure falls a little bit flat. So for the head, what's really nice about this figure first off is that the head is not top heavy. That was one thing I was worried, because if you look at the head, there's a lot of mass up there in the head, and yeah, I was worried this was going to be top heavy, but surprisingly it isn't, and I'm really, really happy about that. So really, really cool stuff there. But for the head, let's get into it. So for the head, you do get the sort of giggity giggity goo that Mecha Guy Kotsu loves to talk about when it comes to reviewing his Gundam. But you do get that. Need to make sure the face is on, but yeah, you get the giggity goo. You do get a full 360. You can look down about that much, which is really sick, and you can look up pretty far as well. It just looks weird from the side because the face isn't exactly the best, and ow, that hurts. These are sharp, by the way, just ow, that hurt. But yeah, so be careful when handling this, but yeah, you do get the up, you do get some pretty far up as well. Up, you do get the down, pretty far up. Now this is where the articulation suffers right here. The arms. You can do a full 360 and you get a butterfly joint, but the way that they designed the gi is unlike some other figures, very similar to this, like Goku and stuff like that. The unfortunate part is that this sleeve part isn't a separate piece and it doesn't go into the gi. So what ends up happening is that since this is all one piece, when you try to push this arm in further, what happens is it just gets pushed out because of the resistance, because this piece is so big. So you do get a full 360, you do get an upper bicep rotation, you do get more than 90 degrees at the elbow, and you do get ball jointed wrists, which is really nice. But this part really blows because the whole point of the special beam cannon is you get it like this, and then I'll put a picture on screen, like right here, of how it's supposed to look. Gohan is also already supposed to be able to reach his whole entire arm so that he can rest it on his bicep here, but because of the way that the figure's designed, you can't quite get that, and that's about the farthest you can get. Even like pushing this all the way as far as I can, that's about the best you can get when it comes to, yeah, there. That's about the best you can get, and that's a bit of a shame. And the torso articulation is really limited because of that, and it really blows. Now, I might be ragging on it right now. It's not the end of the world, but at the end of the day, especially with Gohan using the special beam cannon in the movie, definitely a pose that you would have wanted to throw him into. It's a bit of a shame. Like on the box, you can see it here. You can't even get his arm all the way over. It's a bit of a shame. Again, I'm making it sound really bad. It's not bad. It's a shame that the articulation in the torso is limited. But you do get a full 360, which is really, really nice, which is crazy. You do get a little bit of ab crunch there. You get a teeny bit back. That's also a limiting factor here, is you don't get much back, which is a bit of a shame. For the legs, you do get a forward kick about that far. You do get a back kick about that far, which is standard for Figuarts stuff. You also do get more than 90 degrees at the elbow, at the knee. You do get an upper thigh swivel as well, and then you do get the ball jointed wrist with the ankle articulation. You can go forward, you can go back, and you do have the little toe articulation as well. So again, it's still well articulated, just not as articulated as I would enjoy it to be, especially when it comes to doing stuff for like the special beam cannon, that pose and such. So really, really a shame there, but overall still really, really nice. Just that's where this figure is also hampered. All right, moving on from the articulation, we have all of the accessories that the SH Figuarts Gohan Beast comes with. So let's take a look at each of them individually. So first, let's start off. We do have a nice pair of zoom in there. You do have a nice pair of cross arms, very very nice. I do think that these look very good. They very easily go on. All you got to do is remove the forearms from him, or up to the biceps, excuse me, and then you can very easily put these on. It does take a little bit of doing, but I still think it's pretty easy. So overall, very nicely done, and I think it's a very nice display option to have. We do also have sort of these fighting pose hands as well, very very nice. Um, Again, very standard on Dragon Ball stuff, but I do think it looks very good. Very standard there. Taking a look at some more stuff, we do also have some more fighting pose hands. Again, just cool stuff. I think it looks very nice. Nothing crazy, but yeah, I think they do look very good. We do have blast effect hands, or blasting hands, which again, very standard on Dragon Ball stuff, but looks very nice. Take a look there. Next, we have one of the special... Whoops. Drop that on the floor. Sorry about that, guys. Do have the special beam cannon fingers without the actual effect part on it. These look very nice. Just one pair for the right hand, which makes sense again. And then we have the effect part with the hands attached. Now, I think that this is brilliant. I think it's really nice that they do this because it makes sense to me that if you're going to do that, at least have the whole effect part attached to it because it makes it more sturdy and easy to slot into the hand, and the body as well. But the effect part's very nicely done. It's done in this clear blue plastic with a little bit of shading here and there, and then you do get the nice sort of solid paint right up front here at the tip of the blast. But overall, very nice. It's more of a bendier plastic, as you can tell. You can see there on camera, it's a bit more bendy than I'd expected it to be. But that's a bit nice. It gives it a little more durability. Allows it to be sort of a little flexed a little bit so that you're not worried about like just dropping this thing and it'll shatter into 1,000 pieces. Overall, very nicely done, and I'm really really happy we got this because very rarely these days do we even get effect parts in a lot of the figures that we're getting. So I'm really excited and happy that I do have this ability for this effect part. Even though you can't really double this for Piccolo because the hand is attached to it, which kind of sucks. If you do want to, you can obviously cut it off if you want to, but that's your choice, your figure, your toy. You do what you want with it. But I do think it's really nice that we finally get a nice special beam cannon effect part. And the way that this attaches is basically you just remove the hand and then you attach this on there. But to get the this little stand comes with it so that you can stand it on top. As you can see, it comes in two pieces, so I'll show you here. It comes in this flat bottom piece and then this piece, either or, and then you just plug that in like so. And as you can see on the bottom of the effect part, there's this big hole, and then all you got to do is just slot this in there and it'll stand up with Gohan there on the other side. So very nice. You guys will see these accessories all used, or most of them used, in the ending shots. So really really nice stuff, and props to Bandai for actually giving us an effect part because we very rarely get those. Now looking at the faces, we do have an extra face for base Gohan, sort of an angry face. I do think it looks very nice. You guys can see right there. I do think it looks very nice, very well done overall. I do think that Bandai killed it with the faces this time around. Looking here, we do have sort of another angry face here, like a gritting your teeth face right here from the Gohan Beast. We have the sort of crazy smile. I'm glad they added this in because obviously being named Gohan Beast, it's kind of akin to Broly's Wrath form. So you do have this sort of Gohan loses some of his sanity in this form, which makes sense to me as its name is literally Gohan Beast. And then finally, you do get the very nice yelling face here. Again, all these faces are very well done, and I think that they did a fantastic job with them. So overall, really, really nice. And really nice array of accessories. Nothing too crazy, but I do think that Gohan here does come with a very nice array of accessories, worth it for the price. The one thing I also forgot to add, to remove the faces and add them in, very simple, just remove this whole front piece of the face, and then you can just, so what you'll see here So when you remove this, there's some pegs there, and then the faces just have these pegs up here. All you got to do is peg them into those holes up there, and then from there, all you have to do is you can see that there's some pegs here, here, and here, and then you can see right here in the head, you have those pegs that are here. Whoops, got focus, please. Here, and here. And then obviously the face will also peg in as well. So then it's very easy to just slot them on and just peg them in like that. And there you have Gohan Beast with his face back on. So very, very nicely done there. And so for my final and concluding thoughts on the Gohan Beast figure, very good overall. Definitely recommend you guys pick this guy up. The only caveats I have with this guy are the articulation, as well as the lack of shading, as well as that freaking hole there on the side of his chest there. Other than that, I think it's a fantastic, great array of accessories, a good, still good articulation overall. The hair is very well done. It's not top heavy. He poses very well, and overall, still, I think this is a great release. And the effect part again is a nice bonus. Got to give this guy an 8.5 out of 10. I'm gonna give that an extra half just because I'm very biased towards Dragon Ball, and I do love me my Dragon Ball. So overall, really, really nice. If you guys want to pick this figure up, I don't think it's available on P Bandai right now, but I do think it is available on Big Bad Toy Store still. If not, but I'll still leave links to that place in the description below. Maybe it's on Amazon. I doubt it, though. I think it's really just on BBTS. So if you guys want to pick this figure up, go check yours on BBTS. That's where I picked mine up. And yeah, I think that's about it for the figure. So thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch this video. Please like, comment, rate, subscribe, and share this video with your friends. Also follow me in the socials, linked in the description below. I'll leave you guys to the nice photos that I took of this guy, and hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you all in the next video. Take care, guys. Peace.